Kirsten from JK Fiber Arts. Continuing on my TDF 2025, we are in stage 14. This is a flat stage. I think it's a time trial. Let me see here. What do we have here? Stage 14. Oh no, yesterday was the time trial. Today is the mountains. Oh well, we're gonna have an easy mountain stage. I am woefully behind on what I wanted to spin for this Tour de Fleece due to just minor little things that keep being thrown in my path. So today we are going to do some art yarn, my first art yarn of the tour. And I'm not sure if you can even call this art yarn, but it is one of the favorite things for me to do. And I did this last year for the tour and I really, really liked it. I only had, at that time, one of these, I believe these are 100-gram Nube. You have to forgive me while I put my glasses on here. And so let's see. This is called Zazamora, and this is 4 ounces. It says 113 grams, so that's 4 ounces. So Malabrigo Nube, gorgeous colors, gorgeous dyeing, has the rep for coming felted frequently. What better fiber than to make fold singles? So we're gonna do thick fold singles. And last year I made this hat from my fold singles, and I wanted to show you compared to, so this was the Malabrigo Rasta, which is the really thick fold single. And if you look here, you can see on the slip stitches of this hat that the singles are thick singles there. And I made similar thick singles. If you look at my slip stitches here, they're very close to what they have thickness wise. So it's really fun and easy to do. So I'm going to show you how we do this. The first thing that we are going to do is, and I have 8 ounces of this this year, so I am going to have a lot of fun. I might only spin the first 4 because, again, I'm under the gun time-wise to get to some of this other stuff, and I have more art yarn I want to show you. But what I'm going to do here is we're going to open this up and take a look at it. Let's take a look here and see what we have. So, and you can see, you know, this one's a little bit more felted than the average one I see. So, you know, there's some felted bits hanging off here. And you could see how some spinners would be frustrated with this. That'll be a video for another time to show you how to deal with this. But currently what we're going to do is I'm going to pre-draft this into strips. And you can tear these into strips that whatever works for you to make it comfortable for you to spin thick. So if I tried to spin a consistent thick just from the end of this, it wouldn't work very well for me. So I'm going to tear this into strips, and I'm going to tear it into strips, you know, about yay thick here. What does that look like? About 1 inch maybe? Not quite 1 inch. And I'm just going to tear it off. One of the things that is helpful when your fiber is felted is to pre-draft it anyways. So this is going to help with the felting bits. I do, however, need to get some of the twist out of this. I might do this one in half again. It might be a little too thick. And actually, I think I'm going to divide this one again. It kind of naturally wants to divide here anyways. So I am going to tear this one in half one more time. I think this is going to give me the size that I want for my thick yarn. All right, so here is one. Again, I still pay attention to what end. I'm just in the habit, I always pay attention to what end. People ask me, why do I care what end I wind from? And it just depends on what you want to do. I like to keep everything in order, so I know what colors to expect. So I am going to just have my dark blue tip be at the end of all of these. Now, I believe this is a different color than I had last time, but I'm going to have to look it up because it might be the same color. It looks very similar to what I have here. It's really pretty, though. I love it. I think this must be the same, which is even better because I could make like a cowl or something to go with the little beanie. It'll be awesome. So I will continue to try to rip this off in similar thickness strips here. Like I said, this one's already sort of done it for me already. And once I have these, I'll be ready to head over to the wheel. Today we're going to use my Sonata. The Sonata is a Kromski wheel. It is a single drive Scotch tension wheel. I have my jumbo flyer on there all the time because I use it for plying. So I figure it'll just be nice to use. And I have it down here, which usually it's upstairs. So everything is down here, so it's conveniently located for me this year too. So I have like a lineup of wheels here. So every wheel is going to get touched during this. Maybe not the Louette. I haven't decided if I love the Louette yet, but I do love that matchless. Oh, and this is the best part. So I was talking with somebody, I think it was on Facebook, and actually, yes, it was. It was in one of the TDF groups that I follow, and she had ordered a matchless and had just received the matchless, and she was talking about how much she loved it, and I was like, oh yeah, I have one from 1991. It's not the double treadle, it's the single treadle, but it's a nice machine. It spins beautifully. It's really heavy, but it spins. It's just really well-made machine, well-made wheel. And I said the only thing that would make it better would be if it was double treadle and if they made an Autolevel Winder for it. At which point I realized I never looked. So I got online and checked out Autolevel Winder. They make one for the matchless, and I have the regular flyer, so I ordered it. So it should be here soon. So expect to see the matchless in action a little more. The one that's over here to my left. I don't know if you can see it on frame right now, but so I'm going to get the Autolevel Winder for that one. For singles, I've never had an Autolevel Winder for when I'm spinning singles. So this is like super game changer exciting for me. No more ugly bobbin syndrome where I talk and I forget to advance the hooks. So I'm looking forward to that a lot. Who knows? I might actually bite the bullet and buy the upgrade from single to double treadle, which is like $500. But I didn't realize how expensive their wheels were. I looked on their website because I got this wheel for practically free. And the new wheel was like $1,200. I did not know that they had gotten that expensive. So I was like, ooh, so maybe $500 isn't as much as I thought it was. I was like, I don't want to spend, practically the amount for a whole nother wheel on this. But it turns out that it's not, and I can upgrade. I can get the set and upgrade. So I am really considering that. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'll let you know if I decide to do it. Well, you'll see me. I'll be treadling away, and I'll have two amazing wheels. Well, I have more than two, but I'd have two double drive wheels then, which would be super awesome. So you can see here, this end here is all felted up. But the thing about the felting is, as soon as you open the fibers up, it's better. So I'm just going to keep tearing this off. And then once I have this all separated into strips here, I will see you over at my Sonata, and we'll get set up, and we'll see how this goes. I've not spun a single on my Sonata in forever, so I'm kind of excited about this. We'll see how it goes. And then, of course, the best part is when we full the singles. It's so fun. It is really fun. And then you'll come out with some yarn that looks like the Malabrigo Rasta. And, of course, you can do this with any yarn that felts. All right. So I will see you back here once I get all this peeled, and we'll get this on the wheel. We are ready for our fold singles. I have here all of my pre-drafted strips, And I had a question on Instagram this morning because I had put this picture up on Instagram late last night, and she had said she has some nube, which I also learned. The first half of this video I did not know this, but now I do. Somebody helpfully pointed out that it's a French word, and it's pronounced nube. I always called it noob, but so this is nube. So nube is in our little strips to make it easier to spin a low twist single. Now, I am going to be doing low twist singles today, and we were taught, the question, I digress, the question that she asked was about when you get the nube, oftentimes it's really compacted and felted, and she had said she was having a difficult time spinning it, and I told her, hey, check out my video for the Tour de Fleece because I'm going to talk about it. By virtue of just doing this, tearing it into strips is pre-drafting it, and that alone should take care of any felting issues. However, if you don't want to tear it into strips or do any pre-drafting, you can steam it. So you can do some steaming. You can either use a steam presser. I actually have one. It's really cool. I think I got it at Target, but we'll see that later on too, because I'll show you how to set yarn with steam. We'll be doing some more art yarn. Next, I think we'll probably do baubles now that I'm going to be in the art yarn frame of mind. Or maybe core spinning something. But whatever art yarn you do, we'll steam it to set the twist. This one we do not need to steam because we're going to fold these singles. And fulling means that we're going to basically felt it a little bit so that it will have enough structure and strength that we can knit with it or weave with it and have a nice finished project. So let me set these down, and whoops, if I can not throw them on the floor. But if you steam the yarn, you have to make sure it's completely dry before you try to do anything with it. So what I'm going to do here is when you spin, or when we're trying to spin a thick single with what we call low twist. Low twist. So twist is measured in something called TPI, or twists per inch. And the twists per inch for a low twist thick fiber is going to be less than 1 twist per inch. So you're like, oh my gosh. So I think I'll probably end up getting a tape measure out and do this a little more scientifically than I have in the past. So in order to have this low twist that we're talking about, you're going to want to increase the draw on your wheel so it pulls it on fast. So that it doesn't have time to accumulate too much twist. And the second part is you want to have a very low ratio. So I have this on my largest whirl on my flyer here, and I also don't want this much tension, so I'm going to lower this down a bit here on my whole mother of all. I'm going to lower, and so I don't have so much tension on it. And we may have to make some adjustments here. We'll see how much draw this is. I want this to still be able to spin easily. So when we're going for that 1 twist per inch, it's going to go on pretty fast. So let me show you here. I think we're ready to give this a try. I just wanted to make sure that I have a tape measure handy before we get started. If I was going to do a high twist single that we were going to full, or a thinner fiber, so I'm going to do this one chunk. So because I'm going to do it chunky, it's going to be bulky weight. It's going to be bigger than Erin. So I'm going to have incredibly low twist in this, less than 1 twist per inch of single that I create. So imagine it's only going to have 1 turn on my yarn within this inch. And we'll measure that as we go along here. But if you have a thinner yarn that you want to create, but still have a fold single, you would want to have maybe 2, maybe 3 twists per inch. It depends also on your fiber. If it's a longer staple fiber, you're going to need less twists per inch. If it's a shorter stapled fiber, you'll need more twists per inch. So this is merino, and so I'm going to go for about 1 twist per inch, and we'll see if that's giving me what I want. And again, that's why I made these into fairly thin strips here, so I won't have to struggle with a lot of drafting. I'm going to start by putting this through this loop to get my drafting started here. Now, I'm going to be feeding this in. And again, I only want about 1 twist per inch. So let's bring this out and see if we can even measure this. Let's wait till we get to a more colorful part. I can't really see this very clearly to show you. We'll just keep going here till we get to a better looking sample. And this is merino, so it does need maybe more than 1 twist because it is a slipperier, shorter stapled fiber, but we're definitely not adding a lot of twist to this. So again, I need enough thickness that it's going to hold together, but not so much that, oh, this is a good place to measure. Okay, let's measure here. All right, so here we are. Now, let me stop my winder here for a second. Tape measure. So we can see here, so twist per inch. Here is a twist right here. Thankfully, we can see the colors here. 1, 2, here's 3 twists. Maybe you can see it better on here. So here's what we have, and then here is my 1 inch. So within my 1 inch, I've got, well, I might have less than 1 twist, but that's okay because I want it no more than 1 twist per inch, right? Because this is going to be thick. So here is my 1 inch, and I have 1 twist in there. Let's go here. So if you pick here, we'll just go right in between. So within this inch, there's 1 twist. And if I go 2 inches, we can measure this just a little further out. Let's pull this out a little bit. So if I go 2 inches, I have 2 twists. So right now, this is a 1 twist per inch. So 1 TPI for my low twist single. So this is what I like, and this is about how thick I want this. So I think this is going to be wonderful. I'm pretty pleased. Now let's see if I can keep this that way. And you go, well, how the heck do you manage that? And 1, I'm treadling a little bit slower. 2, my draw is set so that it goes on a little bit faster to my wheel. And I'm not doing much drafting at all here, you know? And this got a little thin here. Not so bad. So I don't really want this to be a thick and thin. I want this to be all thick. So I'm going to draft this just a tiny bit more. But I can see here that I still have about my 1 twist per inch happening. Now, when it's thinner, it's going to take more so it doesn't break. But I'm going to let that go on just like that. And the reason is when I felt it up, when I full it, it should hold it together. Now you can see that, so it's going to go pretty fast here since I did all of my work on the front end with my pre-drafting. The main thing that I love about singles is 1, you don't have to ply. You don't have to wait for anything to relax. I can full it, dry it, and it's ready to use. And all I'm doing is just basically letting it go on to my wheel. And we'll just check here periodically to make sure that I'm staying with my 1 or less twists per inch. Up a little further was a little more twist. Here has probably 2 twists per inch, and I'm not looking for something that has that much twist in it. So I'm going to let this, I'm actually probably going to wind this on by hand here real quick so we don't get any extra twist in it because I pulled it out. I didn't want to add anything to it. And this is how we do it. I hear a little tiny scraping. I might have to put a little more tension on my drive band because my hooks are scraping just a little bit onto my mother of all here occasionally. Now this little bit here, I'm going to take off. This is a little balled up lump of felting. And we knew that was there because I showed you when we were initially dividing this up. Now this little stuff here I don't care about. This will all kind of fold together and look nice. And you can see though how fast this is going to go. Low twist singles, super duper fun. So I am going to finish this up. We'll take a look at the bobbin when I'm finished, or bobbins. It'll probably be multiple bobbins. And at that point, we'll take a break, and then I'll be back tomorrow to show you what it looks like after we full it, and hopefully we'll have the finished yarn. Okay, I'm going to get the other one and join here. I love this color. I just love it. The blue, green, gray, purple, deep floats my boat. For joining the new piece, we're going to overlap this by a lot. Oh, I pulled on it too hard though. Oh, it's because this is running. Darn it. Ah, dearie. Okay. So I brought a lot of this, I have a lot of length out here, and I'm going to overlap this. Actually, I don't even like that little piece there anyways. It's too skinny. Let's get rid of it. And let's pull this one off like so. So now we have this nice long area, and I'm going to kind of open this all up here so that we can incorporate it, just kind of let the twist come out of it here. And we're going to add in this as long of a distance as we can. And I am going to do a little bit of drafting so that those fibers interlock. There we go. And that is how we join. And it's hard for me to tell. It's hard for me to see my twist per inch, so I'm just trying to stay consistent with my treadle speed and my drafting. And it's going to end up being thicker than it looks going into the wheel. I am using the Autolevel Winder, which I've never used with art yarn before, so this is going to be a first for me. Usually I will put the jumbo flyer on my double drive wheel. This is the first time I've done this with single drive and the Autolevel Winder, so I'm kind of excited about it. Remember to stay close to the orifice. That is probably the thing that I tend to forget because I tend to drift back. So I'm actually scooched up a little bit further. Usually I have a more relaxed kind of sit back kind of position. I'm sitting forward more, and I'm closer to the wheel so that it's comfortable for my arms. So I'm not, you know, doing this from being way behind, sitting way back. And when I spin my thin yarns, I don't usually spin with TPI. I usually go by my plyback test, which is why you don't hear me talk about it too much. But for this, it matters because I'm not going to be applying it. So I'm trying, you know, it matters what my TPI is. That way I'm going to have a consistent yarn. Let's take a look at what we have on the bobbin here. And then I will see you guys back next time, and we'll show you how to full this. And here we have the bobbin. I think it looks really good. I am very excited. This is going to look great. And then we'll be back fulling it. Oop, this thing is still moving. I can see the yarn yanking tighter. Fulling it is the most fun. So I will see you guys tomorrow for stage 15, and we'll full this. And also the 3-ply is still coming. I have 2 out of the 3 singles done. I'm going to finish that today as well. So we may have like tomorrow will just be a finishing up of 2 stages. Keep enjoying your TDF. Until tomorrow, spin happy.